Today I'm leaving the San Juan Islands, getting back to a spot I like to ride, but there's a few things on the docket. I want to try to find a spot and do a little tour of the van, film that, just so I can get some good angles of everything I'm doing with it and how I'm trying to sell it, just all the stuff so people see it, and then ride my mountain bike and a few other things on my work agenda, just things that need doing, clerical, and getting organized for the weeks ahead and the rest of the summer. But first, oh man, I gotta deal with that and coffee. There's old boy using his pillow. Time for us to go out. Wanna go pee? Typically, right upon getting out of bed, I make my bed. So I'm sorry you got to see that. But it's a little chilly right here. That ocean breeze is cutting, so I'm gonna make the bed really quick. Yeah, I put my shades up here as well. The ones that magnetize to the window. I normally just pull up here and they sit pretty chill behind some pillows. So that's my own thing. Keeps them stowed up here and out of the way. I've also already had a client call this morning, so knocked that out, organized with him and reconnected on a few things. So now, like every morning, sort of get back to the planner for the stuff that I like to do. Finish up those things, so nothing too wild, but just review and then go on to the next. You ready to eat? Oh, that's starting to boil. Now let's get our coffee out and I'll prep. All right, I'm a simple man. I live in a van and I like AeroPress coffee. So that's what I've got in store for us today. Ground up these beans last night. I love the way they smell. They're some of my favorite ones. The dark, like the midnight dark roast from Trader Joe's. So, I'm not even a measure guy. I know how far up the chamber I like it to be. That's pretty good, but I like it pretty rich. I'm adding extra. There's my spot. So, to keep the coffee fresh, gotta pull the air out again. Twenty is what I do, 20 little rotations, and it does it. If you see me moving things like this, I keep finding dog hairs everywhere. Not uncommon for a life with a golden retriever. I just boiled, let's get ready to pour. I like to give it a stir to get all the grounds off the bottom. Very good. How full? Oh! You get this little lid that's a twist lock. That's the tough part. You never want to open that up into the mug itself. So now we steep, and that's hanging out there for a second, just until it's ready. This is a pretty classic morning. I'm waiting for stuff to steep. I'm checking to see if my stuff dried out from last night at the gym, from showering and sauna. Didn't really. So probably be leaving some of this stuff out for part of the day, at least during this next drive. And on a hook, and then getting my shades down. Let a little light in here. And then we'll be ready to hit the road to head up to the bike trail. Sweet! We got them all. Now, I'm excited for coffee, because it's had enough time. Okay, so then I press. I feel like this is a danger zone. A lot of people don't hold the mug, they just do all this extra pressure. My thought is slinging hot coffee somewhere. So I normally hold the base. I'm like not a worst case scenario thinker, but do I definitely try to avoid messes? Yep. But yes. What is it, MacGyver who used to say, like, worst case scenarios, or he would try to think of those? That's what I do. And lately I've been enjoying cinnamon in the coffee. Okay. Now we're ready. So if I'm gonna do a tour today, I think it goes, maybe first you should know the point of why I decided to build it. I am a physical therapist by trade, and I was in that career for a known reason that you can travel easily with medical contracts. So that being the case, I was looking at a van for a lot of reasons, but knowing I could go to multiple outdoor destinations, live there with a contract of about 3 to 6 months, work, enjoy, and then take a little time off, and then continue exploring the area as I can. That being the case, I can normally find a job in a bigger city. I can find a gym. If I don't have a good gym, I prefer outpatient orthopedic, so I'm typically in a setting where I've got some gym equipment, maybe some cardio equipment, and then again, if I'm going to a region with the outdoor amenities that I chose, biking, surfing, I'll normally be okay if I don't have a gym. But I can find a tree branch to do pull-ups off of, and then do lunges and jumps, squats, all this stuff where I can stay fit as I need to. So the whole point of that was meaning I didn't need significant facilities, because I would always have them at my access with my job. And then as well, being a lifetime gym member, I would be able to find a way to shower. So that segues into the way my van is built, the minimalistic design, and how I like it to be very utilitarian for my purposes. Okay, so we're about to go across a pretty awesome bridge and look out into several of the San Juan Islands. I think you will like it. So I'm gonna try to share it. I know there's some parking around here. Part of me wants to drone too, because it's a really nice vista, and the beaches are quite pleasant. Weekends are likely a circus. Oh yeah, ton of cars here already. And they're repainting, so there's a lot of extra workers here. Oh yeah. Not as scenic as it can be, but it's still nice. Let's see what you can get from that view. There. Ooh. Okay. So it's pretty neat. And then you go over this little island in between, and we get another bridge. I can't wait till they're done, honestly. What's the hype now? The vampire movies? Is it very Twilighty, or am I just that old? I thought this would be a little cooler because this is a really neat set of islands. You can see like these kelp forests, rock formations, And the tide going in and out. There's a dinghy down there, but it's just so Goonie-esque. Look at this. The fog, the thick trees. It's just all there. Plus you can see the water swirling, which I happen to think is really cool because there's a significant current. Oh, there's a boat. But not as much as I thought in terms of being revealing this morning. Thought it'd be really neat. This always brings me into this awesome amount of exploration. I love stopping and exploring, and I can't say that I love hiking, but hiking out here on this soft ground where it's damp, and you know, when the sun does break through, it totally changes the profile of the day. You get some warmth. It really has brought out sort of like a kid like exploration for me, because I just don't do that stuff anymore. Being able to stop and get out and trail run, and that's what's really brought the biking energy back into me, is being out here on this dirt, because it's so fun. The falls are softer, which my old bones need, and the features are so roller coastery that I'm just thoroughly entertained. It's the most fun cardio. It's not video games, it's like being in the game. You're the person playing the game in the game. Just trying to get another view here. The sun is peeking out, but it's not. So I'm gonna turn around and bounce, but here's a view. It's amazing. This is what we get to do. Look at this world. Okay, we're at my favorite mountain. We're about to ride. Maybe you can identify it from some of the footage. I'm gonna get ready, show you sort of what my normal bike setup is. It's not super interesting, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some pads on and gear, and then I'll just show you getting the bike out of the van, airing up, and just checking everything. But it should be a good day on the trails, and the footage will show that. Let's keep it rubber side down, right? Gotta stay hydrated, and that is the hose that I've got plumbed into the front of the van, so super easy to use. I'm showing you how to get the pads on and how to keep it good. I feel like if I'm gonna eat it, the knees normally get the brunt of it, and then everything else. So a little bit of bumping in knees from whatever sort of fall you have is great. And I typically find coming off of the bike is where you hit the knees the most, is on the bars and things like that. So I'm a pretty classic rider with knee pads all the time. It's getting wilder, I wear more. And nowadays, as you can tell, I'm a full-time, full-face helmet rider. It has proved to just a little bit, maybe confidence inspiring, but after ripping my cheek open and getting this nice J scar on my face, which is the money maker, I need to be careful. And my head got knocked so bad it took me out of training for a couple months. That wasn't worth it. I'm not always one to wear this if it's not pounding out, but as I've noticed, getting a little dark this year. Trying to avoid it. This stuff is some of the best sunscreen I've found. It doesn't seem to leave you super greasy, and it's not super sticky, it doesn't get all the dirt on you. But this stuff is primo. Public goods, it's reef safe, vegan friendly, paraben free, fragrance free, non-aerosol, but it's been solid. So check out Public Goods, I love it. All right, we're locking her up, getting her ready to disappear for a few hours. Couldn't be more excited. Great way to disappear in some thoughts. Wear a Hawaiian shirt and look good wearing a fanny pack. So here we go. And then of course, the once over on the bike before we roll, air in the tires, make sure the brakes are feeling good. And then of course, how the chain's rolling. Chain, everything else is pretty good. I just got this back from the mechanic after having a frame swap, which is something we're gonna take care of a little later. I've got to show, got to show Yeti that my frame is swapped and old one is destroyed. And I'll take you along for that ride too. Should be pretty good. And the fact that you get to see me take a drill right through this frame, even though it looks brand new, and thank goodness they decided to help me out with all that. Today was amazing, but boy, did we pay homage to the trail gods. I left a little blood out there and made a sacrifice. How bad are we talking here? Not bad. Wrist is moving a little funky. Feels good too. I am roasting. What I do notice is something's going on my back. Wonder if oh, check us out. So we've got essentially some new tattooing. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Oh, painted it, and there we go. I knew I'd done something back there. Maybe a little bruise too. The ride was good. Everything after getting my bike serviced recently and everything redone, the suspension is amazing, and it seems to be just popping really good and absorbing everything in the trail. Super pleased. Now I'm heading over to a bike shop, the Yeti dealer here in the area. They helped me with a warranty and I swapped the frame. I have to go show them proof of destruction of my old frame. So I don't know what we're gonna do to the bike frame, but maybe drill some holes in it, take out a hacksaw. Just need to document that it's destroyed so they don't charge us for the new frame. That's just how it works. Super appreciative to Yeti for helping me out with that. Apparently not a lot of people like that wildfire orange that they have. I happen to love it because I'm from Tennessee. It reminds me of Volunteer Orange, and I like being that guy on the trail with the loud bike. We've got our bottle. Everything's packed up. My whole left side hurts. Let's do this. All right, got to the bike shop. We're gonna take this thing in. An old bike frame. A little smaller than you would think it would be, but we're gonna drill some holes in it and then make sure that we can toss it in the garbage and everybody's happy. So I'm gonna try to snap these mounts to proof destruction. Safety first. Braced in my thighs. Probably gonna do it. I'd have to imagine that's enough. That was hard to do, but we're warranty free. All right, I didn't know if anyone would believe this, so this is why I stopped and I'm gonna film this, because we've got a creature out here in the marsh as I'm exploring today, and it needs to be seen. Obviously it looks better with my own eyes. Driving down this highway, we're exploring, and here we are. I'm like, oh, state park, let's check it out. This is what we stumbled upon. So stoked. It's
gonna be backlit for a sec. Okay, a lot more than a sec. But it's so rad. Can't believe it. So, tons of good sea cliffs. Coop's making friends with a bunch of kids trying to get in the ocean. And here we are just trying to see a little more Pacific, a little more Washington. Oh no, it's all backlit. And I don't think you're not gonna love it. It's gorgeous out here. Take me by the hand. We can stop pretending things. Everything is fine with me. So why the past instead? Oh man, what I miss that was broken. What's been done, but not spoken. Sure by now, I know how. What I miss that was broken. What's been done, but not spoken. Sure by now, I know how to love you. Here's a little backlit. But do you want to know why I don't like coming to state parks often? Is that amount of people. This is our life. Keep the secret secret. Don't geotag. All right. Today was amazing. I just decided to come down throughout some of the San Juan Islands, explore, drive. Didn't do tons of hiking, but got out in some really nice vistas. And I just finished a nice dinner, cooked out with a good view, some waves crashing. Pacific is right behind me here. And we've got what appears to be Canada even a little further, but this is a really nice westernmost sunset, and we saw some really good bridge spans, just great little islands and rock formations, and inlets and bays. It's just really neat to see how the land lays out here. It's already gotten chilly, even though it's tip of the summer. I'm ready to put on a flannel, and after scraping the arm really good earlier, I'm ready to get that tended to. I'm gonna jump in the ocean and then go to bed. But it's fun along the whole journey today. The wild route, the exploration amount that I do. This is it. Super simple. If the road looks like it might lead to somewhere, I check it out. There was no agenda today, no hurry, but I found a lot of new stuff. No regrets. Coop saw some fun ocean, and happy to have shared it just with the open road and some really good food to top it off. Good morning. Coffee shop line. We're waiting for our drinks and then we're hitting the road back up. I just noticed on my calendar I've got a grooming for Coop that's in a couple hours, so got to get him close by. It took me a month to get that appointment. And we feel mildly rested because we got to meet the local authorities last night, informing me that they would prefer me not to stay at a certain beach. Although there's no overnight signs posted, I do recognize that it's recognized as a state park, no designated sites. But it was quiet, and I did enjoy the night of sleeping with the waves. So from there, I don't know if I'm gonna ride today. We're sort of looking a little battered, so I may do some different stuff for cardio and a workout. But from there, catch up on a little work and still get working towards a tour of the van with some storyboarding and whatnot. The travel's been amazing yesterday with some really fun pullouts. We did some hikes here and there, and it was gorgeous. Coop had a good time getting some runs in, and the day was amazing. So I'll have some finishing stuff out with the vlog for this weekend. Not as much biking as I had hoped, but ultimately able to ride another day, which is always the win.